Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So, we're taking a break from our regularly scheduled decode here so I can touch on something. As any of you who watched the Jordy Rose video know, um, back in 2015, Jordy Rose said there were many units deployed, quantum computers, and he mentioned the University of Southern California. I know in one video I said South Carolina, but I knew what I meant. So Southern California, USC, and the other one being at NASA. And after that, my fiance had said, "Well, all we need to do is find a change connected to the University of Southern California and a change connected to NASA, and that'll verify that that where he specifically said two were deployed, even though he said many." And so he didn't list all the places they were deployed at that time in 2015. Um, but he did list those two. So if we could just find um, the University of Southern California as a quantum network user and NASA as a quantum network user, that would really, I mean, we have a strong case for our theory anyway, but that would really strengthen our case. And she's absolutely right. The problem, of course, is that's two needles in a very large haystack. We were late to the dance. We got to the party late. Um, People started noticing the Mandela effect. I think around 2016 is when a lot of people started really noticing it. And, you know, um, and we didn't start these decodes until probably 2018. I think we started our channel in 2017. I don't think we got to starting decodes until probably sometime in 2018. So we were 2 years on from that. And I can't find the video where he said in 2016 there were no less than 12 quantum computers operating in no less than 8 different realities apiece. Uh, but as you can imagine, if there were many deployed, we'll just say two. He said many and listed two. Well, if there were two deployed that we know of at USC and NASA in 2015, you could bet your ass that there's even more deployed now. And we just saw IBM launched a superconductor quantum computer, 127 qubit quantum computer that they just launched. And then, of course, we found that they now made the first smartphone 4 years before the flip phone came out, which doesn't really make any sense. And so basically, we're looking for two needles in a very large haystack at this point. There are probably literally hundreds of Mandela effects we could decode. And we don't know where the information is going to come from. Sometimes it comes in the letters. Sometimes it's something being researched like fever of unknown origin. That's then you find Tashiri Care Hospital, which wasn't in the actual decode itself. It didn't. There wasn't. But Tashiri Care Hospital in Odisha, India, at Stovetop. That was a thing that fever of unknown origin over and over and over. And well, who studies the fever of unknown origin? Tashiri Care Hospital does. Sometimes it's in the translations. Give the money to your stone. Shemi, Coleman Shemi. In Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, Give the Money to Your Stone, and Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, Perry Stone Ministries. To Willa REO, Read Eyes Only, Willa Thorson, Miami University. Willa Thorson MD, Miami University. Sometimes these things are just a very small part of the extractions. Sometimes they're the whole extractions. Sometimes they're in the translations. Sometimes something a little more obscure like fever of unknown origin, then you got to figure out and look at who's looking at the fever of unknown origin. And so it's not always as simple as finding USC or NASA. You could have something in a translation that would take you to NASA, and then whoa, there's NASA. And if nothing else, was very prevalent through the decode, and all of a sudden, when you got to the translations, something took you to NASA, well, that might be a real strong indication that there's your NASA. USC and NASA, where are they at? I'm sure they're out there. It just depends on what decode they're in. What did they change? Um, what calculation did they run that changed something? Or when they ran their calculations, what did they change? Well, when you're looking at hundreds of decodes, hundreds of potential decodes, and we've decoded and connected 15 of those. And granted, I do have others on the back burner that, we that we started looking at before, that I have in my notes. But you're looking for two needles in a very, very large haystack here. And I would very much like to find USC, University of Southern California, and NASA. One or the other, both, would be wonderful. But we know anybody, with two brain cells to rub together knows that if they tell you that we're two of them, that there's two of them and where they're at, and they say there's many, that there's more. And anybody with two brain cells to rub together would know that how many years later? 2015, 26 years on from that? 2015 to 2021. Yeah. 6 years on from that, there's going to be more. And now we know for a fact IBM has apparently a more advanced quantum computer than was built in the first place. So there's a lot. And, I don't know how to go about trying to pinpoint that without just picking the dang things at random and then decoding them and seeing what's there or what isn't there for that matter. And if we're lucky, at some point we'll run into them. But I really don't have a way to target a particular place like the University of Southern California, like NASA, to begin with, and try to find the effect that they caused. I don't know how to do that. So we're basically looking for a needle in a haystack, two needles in a big haystack. We'll put it that way. And I don't have a magnet. So yeah, I'm just not sure how I'd go about that other than continuing to do what we're doing and hoping that at some point we come across one from the University of Southern California, one from NASA. But if they had those things back in 2015 and it's 6 years on, and there's even more quantum computers now and even more changes, even more Mandela effects, we seem to be in a shift now. It's going to, they'd probably be in an older shift. They'd be, and everything happens at once, but you see it in increments. So the fact that I don't know how to do that is frustrating at best, because my fiance is absolutely right. All we have to do is find the University of Southern California and NASA and find what changes they are connected to them, and there you go. A very, very, very strong case, even stronger than the case we have now for our theory. And at the same time, I have no idea how to target what effect. I'd have to reverse the process. I'd have to target something and as opposed to picking an effect and seeing what's there and finding what's there, I'd have to target an effect that a particular place caused. And that just seems impossible. I don't know if it's impossible. Um, there might be a way to do it, but I don't know it. So, I mean, Steve, any ideas? But anyway, that's like two needles in a very large haystack, and hopefully we do come across that. That'd be really cool. That'd really help our case. Our case doesn't need much help, but it would strengthen the case we already have. We got a very, very strong case for our theory. Not that we can prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, but again, if we could find USC and NASA, the two places Geordie Rose specifically said had the quantum computers in 2015, that'd be awesome. I just don't know how to do it right now, other than to keep going and hope dumb luck runs us into it, I guess. So I guess that's what we're going to do, is keep going and hope that dumb luck runs us into it. So unless somebody has an idea how to target one, how to target specifically, we're looking for one that USC is connected to. We're looking for one that NASA is connected to, and how to target those specifically. But I don't know. When you're looking at so many variables, translations, you know, fever of unknown origin, who knows? You don't know where it's going to come from. I certainly don't. So anyway, I'm going to let this video go at that for now. And we may address this later. But yeah, I really have no idea how to go about targeting that information. I'm short of hoping we run into it. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.